Sculptor Michael Naranjo shares his holiday spirit.
Michael, so much of your work is focused on Native American heritage and storytelling from that tradition. And now we're talking about Christmas. Why did you decide to choose such a different theme?
One day I woke up and I thought, Santa. Just that all it was one word, Santa and his reindeer. And that started the whole thing. Then slowly I sat down and started to create them. And then I guess time came. It just somehow controls things and it lets you know within your soul of the time is right. It's always fun to try something different and something new. This is such a well-known subject and a piece that I had never thought I would do because in a way the complexity of it, when you make a sculpture and you make one figure, then you're dealing with that one figure and what he's thinking, and you give him a life and whatever else. And here there are 8 reindeer and Santa and his sleigh. And so it was exciting because of the reindeer. So much of my younger days were spent up in the mountains and being able to be up there when there's silence and to see nature in its pure form. And the reindeer gives that to me of going back in time and looking, sitting down and thinking about moments when I saw various kinds of animals similar to the reindeer and the beauty, the grace, the motion that they travel with through their environment is just absolutely beautiful. It's just, there's nothing in the world like it. And I want them to fly. And of course, everyone always thinks of Santa and his reindeer and zipping through the skies. And when we're going to do something that we love doing, and I'm sure my reindeer, Santa's reindeer, I'll call them mine for the moment, Santa's reindeer are so excited and they're so up for this journey that they're going to take. And so they're ready to step high and their heads are up and they're lifting their heads up and the antlers are there. There's something regal about the whole thing of, yes, let's go and make kids happy. I've been blind for over 45 years, and to go back and try to make one was difficult. But of course, being not a realist in sculpting, but more representational, I made it the way that I felt like I wanted to make it.
You lost your sight in Vietnam. How do you go about sculpting something that you have no visual frame of reference for?
The great part about creating a reindeer, never having seen one before, only photographs. So the memories, a slight faint memory in your mind's eye somewhere, and going to a taxidermist and looking at the antlers and seeing what they look like and how they can vary. I'll look at Hans and get my reindeer straightened out.
And you can touch them and film them.
Uh-huh. Their horns are quite tall. I'm surprised how different they are than other horns that I've ever seen on other animals. I didn't know this shovel came out right over the nose. And it's interesting how they curve in up at the top a lot. So rather than them coming from the front, they come out from the back. So actually the horns that I made would look better spun around, and the whole thing is just totally different than what I expected, so that I have to go home and try to retain what I've seen is sometimes difficult, especially if it's something I've never seen before, and try to keep it in my mind's eye. Getting the feel of a piece at times I have to work at, but it's that in-between motion that's really beautiful sometimes, catching that moment.
Michael, you've been creating artwork for 40 years now. What allows you to still have the energy and the imagination to keep coming back every morning and getting back in the studio?
I think it's love. Love is such a strong thing. And if you have love for something, very deep, true kind of love, you nourish it, you take care of it, and it's very precious. And fortunately, I've been given this thing called sculpting. Even when I could see, I wanted to sculpt. And so I've been fortunate that even with my disabilities, that I can still do it. Santa's gonna have some pretty reindeer. Cover it with wax, push it in. After I get it on there, and straighten it out. Look at it from all sides. See how far off I am. Not too far. I picture Santa as big, kind of big and tall. It's always fun to see them when they come out in bronze.
You want a strap on the top of each like little harness, right?
Right.
Okay, that'll be welded in place there.
Okay.
I could do that right now if you want.
Okay.
Cover. Cover. So let's line all these guys up to see how long this thing is actually going to be. That's about even.
That feels good. Yeah, you don't want any closer than that, I don't think.
That'll fly.
And that'll fly. They will fly. So it'll be fun to look at it when it's they're all strung together and Santa's in bronze. And
What were Christmases like for you growing up?
I grew up on the Santa Clara Pueblo Reservation.
Were there dances?
The next day there would be a dance. They would interchange. Some years it was the deer dance, a beautiful dance, and I've always looked at that deer dance as kind of a play of sorts, Indian play of the deer, the hunter, and Mother Earth, and all of that. On Christmas Eve, they built these fires. The most amazing one that I've ever seen is up in Taos. They'll take the saints out of the church and take them for a walk before while it's light, and they come back. Taos Pueblo is absolutely beautiful in that it's multi-storied structures on either side of this center plaza, and there's stream running through it. And if there's snow on the ground and you see these fires and you see people standing around it, you can't help but feel good about life and what's happening. You can't help but get into the spirit, the feeling of something special.
So what is your favorite Christmas memory?
What was fun was when our daughters were old enough, and we would sit around and make decorations out of cookie dough, and then at the very end, I'd pick up one of the girls, and they would hold this angel and put it on top of the tree. Lori would read the girls the night before Christmas, every Christmas Eve, and then we'd send them to bed, and then I got to drink the eggnog and eat the cookies. So, yeah, so that was great.
Many of us, especially artists, I think, are big kids, and we keep that excitement in our heart. What do you have to say to the people who don't believe in your Santa?
If you don't believe in Santa, then you're missing out. Because Santa is happy, he's giving. As long as we have that little bit of a child in us, and if we can still believe in Santa, then there's hope, and there's always something to look forward to.
Did you always get coal or toys in your stocking?
Well, fortunately, I got toys.
What was your favorite gift ever?
The best gift was, I guess, my wife, our kids. You know, I don't know if Santa brought them. Maybe he plays the stork as well, and maybe he plays Cupid as well. But I guess that's the greatest gift of all is my family.
Do you have a holiday wish for the season?
I want us to all love each other. And sometimes it's not so easy. And not only in this country, in this town, in any home, but people where we're just so similar. And we just look at our differences. But if we could look at more of our similarities and reach out and know that that other person feels and wants to live the same way that you do. And so I want people to be connected, sharing life. Let's learn how to share life together, and we'll all be better off for it.
That's a fantastic wish, and we thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me, and it was my greatest pleasure to get us all together